The reason that we're here today is to explore whether or not our marriage can be fixed. At this point, I'm not sure if it can be. Yeah. I'm basically looking for validation and closure. There's just quite a bit of things. First of all, I definitely know I have my fault. I was raised by narcissistic parents, and I have issues with self-abandonment, people-pleasing, and I used to think that being an empath was my superpower, but now I realize it was a survival mechanism. There's a lot of things, but basically, whenever I raise concerns about how I feel, generally I get either the silent treatment or explosive anger. A lot of times I feel like no matter what happens, everything is my fault in this situation, like in our marriage. So whenever things get brought up or something's going on, I always feel like I'm at fault. The gaslighting really makes me question myself. Anytime we go to big events, if I'm not 100% on the same page as him, he gets very upset, but he only does it in private. With silence, the silent treatment being probably the worst thing that hurts me, but sometimes sudden yelling if I decide to stand up for myself. I don't feel like my feelings, needs, accomplishments, or anything really matters. I don't feel like I am treated as a partner. Sometimes it feels like I'm an option. I think the things that have added up to this, to me leaving in July, in January, I don't remember what I brought up. It was something, and he basically threatened me with a divorce, and I was crying, and he just left, and that was fine. And then I had to overly apologize for everything, when I don't feel like that should be a thing. I feel like we should be able to openly communicate without having these fights or having the silent treatment or him storming off. But I get that that's his way of dealing with things, and I understand. And so since then, I haven't really felt safe in the household emotionally. He's never hit me or anything like that. That's not a thing. Just I worry that it could explode into that eventually. In July, I was having issues with my car. I was staying at my son's house because we didn't have internet at the time, and the internet was slow, so I ended up working from my son's house in Alma. And when I went to leave, which was later than anticipated because I was helping my son get some stuff done around his apartment because it was his new place, I had issues with the car where it wouldn't go over 35 miles an hour. And when I called him, he was upset and basically told me to call OnStar because he's not a technician, which I understand, and that's fine. And I had made it just a few miles up the road. So I decided to turn around and go back because I didn't want to spend 35 miles an hour trying to drive all the way home. And he seemed more upset with me that I wasn't there to go get groceries and clean up the house in anticipation for his daughter arriving than he was just knowing that I was safe. So that's basically the thing that kind of broke the camel's back, to where I was like, I just can't do this anymore. And when I married you, Barry, I feel like I did that for forever, and that is the whole premise of everything, which is why I want to work things out. But I don't know if we're at a point where it can be worked out. I know that you've been married a few times, and I know that I have issues too. I have been going to counseling on my own, but I can no longer be responsible for everyone's emotions around me. And now I'm learning boundaries, and I guess that's the problem. Now I'm learning boundaries, and I'm learning that I should be able to speak up for myself if something's not okay. And a lot of times I'll shut down and you ask me what's wrong, and I am afraid to even bring it up because I know it'll either end up with a silent treatment, or you're leaving, or you explode into raging fits. And I would rather have peace over conflict, and I'm not here to say that I'm right and you're wrong. It's not like that. I know that I have issues too. I don't know where we're at in that aspect to where things can be worked out or not. And that's why I recorded this kind of ahead of time, just to get my thoughts out. Because I feel like I would be shaken to say things in front of you. And I feel like if I started in with anything, then I wouldn't be able to get the rest of my words out. And another thing that I have issues with is a lot of people, beings that were in an older generation, a lot of people give me advice saying, well, just when you get him mad, don't make him mad. Or let him go get mad and don't say anything. And then I know that I try to figure out what's going on because I'm a people pleaser, and then I'm on edge worried that I've done something wrong to try to fix it. So I know that that's definitely on me also. So I know that we both have our issues. I would like to work them out, but what I cannot do is keep abandoning myself for everyone else. And a lot of times I feel like if someone needs something, whether it be friend or family or neighbor, generally I feel like they come first, and that really hurts me. And I know that when we were separated and I was down here at Anthony's one day, you had called and you had said that you had been riding bikes and things with Bruce, riding your motorcycle, and you were like within 45 minutes of me, and you didn't even like, I guess that's the thing too. I feel like at some point, not in an unhealthy manner, but I feel like rather than just letting me leave, maybe you could have said, well, I wish you wouldn't go. Can we try to work this out? But there was none of that. It was just like basically like, well, I hope you change your address and do what you need to do, because then again, it's on me because I've made you upset. So I think those are the main reasons why we're here. Yeah, I have no boundaries. And the other last thing, and I'll be done, is that the last time Barry and I had talked about him being upset about things, he thinks that the counseling would be good because he needs more boundaries when he gets upset, like words to use so that I just leave him alone. So those are the things. Thank you.